Before we begin, I'd like to thank members of KH13 for helping me with this list, as I asked many members what they thought was the creepiest thing in the Kingdom Hearts series back in 2015, as I thought the list would be made around that time. Oh well, better a year than now in development. A scattered dream that's like a far-off memory. A far-off memory that's like a scattered dream. I want to line the pieces up. Yours and mine. The Kingdom Hearts series is a collaborative effort between Disney and Square-Enix to make an RPG series about their two worlds colliding, starring a dull, ordinary boy named Sora, who is gifted the Keyblade, a weapon that can open any door and is the greatest asset in the battle between light and darkness. Sora, along with his new pals, Donald and Goofy, set out on what would become an entire franchise of going to various worlds inspired by Disney's memorable films to fend off the darkness and stop Xehanort in the 13 Darknesses. Kingdom Hearts 1 was released back in 2002, and is now celebrating its 15th year anniversary. As the director of the Kingdom Hearts series, Tetsuya Nomura, puts it, the series is now as old as Sora was when he first started his journey. So to celebrate the anniversary, and the upcoming release of Kingdom Hearts 1.5 plus 2.5 HD Remix, and Kingdom Hearts 3, we're going over 5 creepy elements from the Kingdom Hearts series, whether that be a boss battle, a Heartless, or even something from the story. Now let's begin with our mark of horror mastery. Let's start with something very simple. The Heartless are the main enemies you face most throughout the series, even more than Nobody's, Unversed, and Dream Eaters combined. But what makes the Heartless so special? Well, they're beings that represent the darkness in our hearts. When someone loses their heart, they become a Heartless, as their body is left behind to become a nobody. The Heartless can take many different forms, but even the smallest and most basic Heartless are made through a terrifying process. How so? Well, take a look at this cutscene in Kingdom Hearts 1. We actually see someone witness their heart leave their body with a horrified expression, as what's left glides down to form a Shadow Heartless. But it doesn't stop there. In the official Kingdom Hearts manga series by Shiro Amano, the scene plays out a little differently. Instead of a terrified man running from the Heartless, we see a seductive woman trying to get Sora's attention. However, from behind, the soldier Heartless rubs its claws into her chest and literally rips out her heart. You can see the soldier holding the heart inside its claw as it crushes it with its bare fist. This scene alone has made a very basic enemy even more terrifying than what it really is, Resident Evil style. In Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep Final Mix, there is an exclusive story you can unlock where you play as Aqua, stuck in a realm of darkness, or as the game calls it, the Dark World. This is where she first encounters the Heartless, and faces off many enemies we've seen Sora face, but in a new character's perspective. One of the only Heartless she faces in the Dark World that Sora didn't, minus all the new Heartless we see in 2.8 HD Remix's 0.2 Birth by Sleep, a fragmentary passage, is the Red Eye. When we first encounter the Red Eye, also known as the Dark Hide, we see it stalking Aqua through its red vision. Eventually, Aqua notices something staring at her, as it then leaps around a stage, with only its red eyes being seen. Then it pounces from behind, making Aqua lose her balance. She gets up as the beast, covered in shadows, chases after the Keyblade Master. She shoots a fire spell, but it leaps over it, as Aqua notes that the creature is not an Unversed. Throughout the beginning of the battle, Aqua can barely see a thing, as Red Eye pounces around. Every now and then, we'll see through the Red Eye's vision, as we have to move her out of the way. After enough chases, the darkness lights up, and we can see the Red Eye in its entirety. A purple, four-legged creature with a tentacle-like mane and spikes coming from all over its body. We also see shackles around its leg, as if someone was trying to hold it down, or keep it at bay. Curioso curiouser. As for the final boss of this list, no pun intended, we talk about one that many fans, including YouTuber The Gamers Joint, who mainly talks about the Kingdom Hearts games, would agree is one of the most disturbing enemies in the game, and ironically is the first one you would face. Darkseid. A giant colossal heartless with bended feet, tentacle-like hair surrounding its face with the exception of its yellow eyes, a huge gaping hole in the majority of its chest, ironically shaped like a heart. Darkseid has become a staple to the series, being seen in Kingdom Hearts 1, Chain of Memories, 3.5 Beta for 2 days, Recoded, the HD remixes, and 0.2 Fragmentary Passage. In fact, I would bet that this boss would at least make an appearance in the upcoming title Kingdom Hearts 3, now in development for God knows how long anyway. One of the most memorable attacks that Darkseid can perform is when he gets down on his knees, leans back, and shoots out homecoming projectiles from its chest. In the most recent title of the Kingdom Hearts series, we have 2.8 HD Remix, The Final Chapter Prologue, which includes the already mentioned Kingdom Hearts 0.2 Birth by Sleep Fragmentary Passage. This stars Aqua, still stuck in the realm of darkness, directly after the events of Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep Final Mix. So, what am I including in this list from this little Kingdom Hearts 3 demo-esque title? Well, what else than the location itself, also known as the Dark World. The Dark World is a place where it seems like all the places swallowed by darkness end up. We see the Forest of Enchanted Dominion, Cinderella's Castle from Castle of Dreams, the mines from Dwarfwood Lands, and Destiny Islands as the final location. But it's not like these worlds are in their normal state. No, they're torn apart. And not only that, but it looks like reality is slipping in the Dark Realm, with spinning invisible platforms that can only be seen and turn tangible once you use a mirror. For vertical dungeons you have to flip around, collapsed bridges you have to rewind back in place. This truly is a maddening world, isn't it? Quite possibly the most disturbing thing within the Kingdom Hearts series was something that was never really witnessed by us, but still is available to read thanks to the Ansem reports. Specifically, Ansem Report number 4 from Kingdom Hearts 1. The Heartless appear in groups, and are multiplying rapidly. I provided them both living and non-living samples. They responded only to the living. They seem to multiply after absorbing something from the living creatures. Their prey vanishes without a trace. I believe the Heartless are taking hearts. They are born from those who've lost their hearts, and thrive on hearts seized from others. The hearts taken by the Heartless become heartless themselves. Though I lack proof, I'm confident in this hypothesis. I must also study their behavioral principles. Though they lack emotions, they do seem to have some intelligence. How to communicate with them? It's just occurred to me. Could they be the darkness in people's hearts? Providing both living and non-living samples. That's right. Ansem, or later to be revealed as Xehanort, who took Ansem the Wise's identity, got Heartless to react to living people and corpses. Oh. Not to mention that their prey vanishes without a trace. So, to the living test subjects, they unfortunately met their fate to the Heartless in these cruel experiments. Back before we realized this was Xehanort acting as Ansem, most probably would have assumed that Ansem was a scientist who went mad. As we know, this is not the case. But things get a little complicated, as it was revealed that Ienzo, Dylan, Braig, Alias, and Evan, the somebodies of Zexion, Zolden, Zegbar, Lexaeus, and Vexen, would be the ones who'd gather the test subjects. Kinda makes you look at these guys in a different light, now doesn't it?